And then sometime around 1 p.m. or so, it's not like always the exact same time, but I do try to keep it consistent like every day. Honestly, the very best part about being a real estate agent What is this noise? Okay, wait for this guy to go by. It is nice though. It's a street sweeper. The streets in my neighborhood are very clean. Today is key delivery day, and I'm gonna take you guys with me on my day as a real estate agent. But first, before we get into our day, before we change, we get ready for being a real estate professional, we are gonna just sit and drink my tea together. What's left of it, there's not too much left. We're gonna drink my tea together. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your water, whatever beverage it is that you're gonna drink, and we're just gonna drink our tea together and have a little chit chat, because I feel like it's been a while since I've done any type of like chit chat type video updating you guys on my business. I started this YouTube channel back in 2015 when I was a brand new real estate agent. I was 18, right out of high school, and the reason I started it is because I don't really know the reason, but I kind of just naturally started like taking out my phone. I started filming these videos on my Android and just kind of like vlogging what I was doing as a realtor, updating, you know, on what was going on. And at the time there wasn't, now it's like a super honestly common thing to do for realtors, and I understand why, because the agent to agent referrals that you get, like it honestly makes sense to do as a realtor. However, at the time I didn't know that, and no one was really doing it back in 2015 and all of that. So 2015, that's what I would do on this channel. And then I started just getting tons and tons of questions from agents all over the country. I started getting phone calls from agents all over the country. They started just calling me. You guys, the viewers on this channel started calling me, asking me questions, asking for advice on their business, because what I was doing to get business at, you know, when I was early on in my career, it really worked, and it worked really well. And so I would talk about it on my channel. I would, you know, talk to other agents, and I love that so much. And so all of this to say is that I have always documented my business on this channel. I've always like shared updates on what's been going on, how things have changed. There's been a lot of pivots because the way my business looked when I was, you know, 18, right out of high school, and now how everything has shifted, like it's changed. Like I feel like those have all been very pivotal times in my business, and I've like documented it along the way, which has been really fun. And one of the biggest reasons it's been fun is because it's given me the opportunity to have relationships, have phone calls, have Zoom calls, sometimes even coffee meetings with agents who are watching these videos and are all over the country. And to me, that is seriously so much fun, and it's something that I just love so much, and it brings me so much joy getting to talk to and collaborate with other agents. So before we get into the vlog, I just wanted to sit down and have a little like chit chat business update with you guys, because that's something I've always done on this channel, and it's been a little bit, we've had some changes in my business since we've last chatted, me and you. Okay, a lot of our viewers on this channel are people who are either considering getting their real estate license, or they're in the process already of getting their real estate license. And because of that, that's a question I get asked all the time, is what's a typical day like in the life of a realtor? And let's just like sit down and talk about that, because the day in the life of a realtor, it first of all is going to look very different based off of where you're at in your business, and I'll explain what I mean in a second. But it's also going to look very different from agent to agent, because one of the beautiful things about real estate is you can run your business so many different ways. To answer this question, and then I'm gonna, like I said, in a little bit here, I'm gonna actually pull you guys along with me and physically show you what a day in the life of a realtor could look like. But before I show you, let's talk about it, because the day in the life of a real estate agent at the beginning of your career, when you are in that like hustle phase, you're just getting started, you're getting things set up in your business, you're going to be doing very different tasks. There's the street sweeper again. You're going to be doing very different tasks, and you're going to be like, what's the right word? But you're also going to be needing to spend more time on your business than later on once your business is more established. So I have been a realtor for 8 years now. I just started my 9th year. My business now looks so different than it did when I was 18 and newly licensed. And then another thing is your business could look so different based off of how you get business. There's a million and one ways to run your business is what I'm trying to say. And you could choose to like work from the office, or you could choose to work from the car, which I do most often. You could choose to structure your day to where you only work during your kids' nap time, which is what I've done for a long time. Or you could just like have a 9-to-5 schedule. Like it's up to you how you run your business. You just need some sort of like structure, consistency, and routine, whatever that is and however that looks. So let's talk about how my day in the life of a realtor looks right now, because it has changed. Okay, so my typical day right now, I'll just run you through it. I'll run you through it right now. Since becoming a mom, I have really drastically changed the way that I run my business. I understand that there are definitely pros and cons to this decision that I made in my business, and I'll explain that a little bit. But basically what I mean by that is right now, the way that I run my business in my day and my life is I have 2 days, that's it. During the week, they are the same days every day. My daughter just turned 4 last week, which is crazy. I don't know when this video will go up, but at the time of filming this, she just turned 4. And ever since she was a baby, ever since she was born, this has been the exact same schedule we've had. And it's worked really, really well for me. So I have 2 days a week where I have childcare for her, and it is not all day. It is literally a few hours in the middle of the day. I don't do the super early mornings because I like to reserve my mornings, and it's flexible, but it's usually not like in the afternoon. So that is what I've done for her entire life. I have crammed as much work as I can in those 2 days. Obviously, I'm leaving money on the table in some ways. I could be making more money, but this is something I've thought about a lot. And as usual, I didn't think about what I was gonna say before I pressed record. This is all just like the thoughts that have been going through my mind. So hopefully just like bear with me. Hopefully this makes sense by the end of the video. I'm not out there selling 100 houses a year. I'm not selling that many houses right now at this point in my time. This past year, I actually intentionally sold less than I have in quite a few years. And I've been pulling back in production. And here's the thing. The reason is because I've thought about this a lot. Okay, it sounds great to sell 100 houses a year. And my mindset about this, we're all over the place, guys. My mindset about this pre-kids was totally different, because when I was like 18 through 22, which is when I got pregnant with my daughter, I was a full-time realtor, and my day looked totally different. I had literally no other responsibilities. I had no reason not to be out there just hustling all the time, working for a business, because quite frankly, my real estate career was like my only hobby. If I wasn't like hanging out with friends or traveling with my husband, like all I wanted to do is work, because I truly, genuinely enjoy it. So say you're selling 100 houses a year. That's great. And that sounds like a really great goal, but you are trading something. Like you are definitely missing out on something because of that. Like your personal life or your health or whatever, like you can outsource, you can hire people out, you can do whatever, but like you are still going to be sacrificing a lot to sell those 100 houses. So thinking through this, I do not have a number goal for my real estate career anymore. This is what I mean. You could have this goal to sell this super high number of houses every year, but you're always going to have to be like, you're at that point, you are a practitioner. Yes, you're running a business, but you're still a practitioner. You're gonna have to be trading your hours for dollars. And I guess what it comes down to is what is your definition of success? Is your definition of success selling 100 houses a year? And that used to be, by the way, I've never sold. My husband and I were always top producers at our last, company we were with, but I've never sold 100 houses in a year. However, my goal used to be selling like that many houses, like just this huge high production number. But the reason it's not anymore, the reason I don't even have a production like goal number anymore is because if you're hitting that mark, say you do sell 100 houses a year, what does the rest of your life look like? And how much time are you really spending on your business? I love real estate. I love running a business, and it's something I will always do. Like I can almost guarantee I will always be somehow involved in the real estate world, and I will always have a business to run of some sort. However, those are like two of my big passions. However, I value so many other things in life, and to me, success no longer looks like selling 100 houses a year, because I know that selling 100 houses a year also looks like being gone so much, not being like with your kids as much as I ideally want to be with them, and like not having the time with friends and family and free time and vacation. Like there's just a lot of, there's cons to it too, is what I have to say. So that is no longer my goal. My goal is not high production at I think it all comes down to what is success to you. And to me, right now in my career, it looks like working 2 days a week. And it's not that I'm like a complacent person or I'm like lazy or don't want to make more money, because trust me, I have huge goals. Just the way that you make it, I guess you could say. And again, I didn't think through this, so I hope this makes sense. But my way that I want to make a ton of money is not necessarily through just selling houses. So yes, I'm still selling houses. Agents, still send me your referrals. Those are actually the type of clients that I want to increase of and do less of other type of clients, if that makes sense, this over the next 365 days. That whole tangent came from me saying that I work 2 days a week, and I have since my daughter was born. So with that being said, day in the life of a realtor, let's get back on track. I was just explaining to you what a day in the life of a realtor is. So for me, that is 2 days a week right now. However, my daughter's entire life, I have had a like 3 hour at least chunk where I get to work every single day during her nap time. And I take full advantage of that time. I love working during nap time. Ever since she's born, I've been very intentional about not doing anything but work activities during that nap time because I choose to. I've been very intentional about not, say there's like laundry to be folded or another project I need to do outside of work, whatever. Like, I'm not doing that during nap time for the most part. I'm gonna be, because those are things that I could do with her, like very easily with some training and patience and consistency. But work is something I like to have like my focus set aside, time block time for. So I have always had that nap time block in my day, but things have changed. Things have changed. So we've had a pivot. We've had a pivot in my schedule because as of the last month or so, my daughter doesn't really nap anymore. On those days, the 2 days a week where I have that time alone to work, I try to schedule, like I said, I try to schedule like my Zoom calls with buyers, my Zoom calls with agents, as much of my work that I can't do with her, like absolutely don't want to do with her, with me. I try to schedule for those 2 days. But on those other days of the week that are not those 2 days I'm working, I'm still working during her nap time. Does that make sense? So now that I don't have that nap time to work and I legitimately only have those 2 days a week to work without her, here's what I've been doing. I like to wake up and move my body somehow. We have had a membership to a really great gym with really great childcare, like so close to where we live. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't go. And that's been amazing up until recently, because now my daughter's going through this phase where she literally will not stay in the childcare at the gym. The last few times that I've tried to take her to the gym, I've been on the elliptical for like 10 minutes and then I see her sprinting across the gym looking for me with 2 daycare workers chasing after her. So she can escape the gym daycare now. She's big enough to jump over the fence. So I, because of that, have not really wanted to go to the gym. So I've switched up. That used to be my morning routine, would be like getting up and going to the gym with her. Now I get up and I've been doing a 15-minute Pilates workout video by Pamela Reif on YouTube, and it's been amazing. I do it every single day. And what I used to do was like 45 minutes of elliptical and then maybe a little bit of weights at the gym, nothing heavy at all. And now literally the only workout I've been doing is that 15-minute Pilates video. And I have noticed such a big difference. You would think like working out longer, you would see more results. I did that old routine at the gym for so long, never saw results. And now that I've been doing this only 15 minutes of the Pilates workout, I have seen such more like quicker positive results in my body. So that's cool. But I do 15 minutes, that's it, that's my workout. I make my daughter and I breakfast and I eat breakfast with her. Another thing that I do is I keep a handful of baskets of books all around the house, and I keep one of them like kids books, and I keep one of them at the breakfast table or by the breakfast table so that while we're eating breakfast I can read them to my daughter. And I feel like this makes it so much easier for me to be able to get work done like throughout the rest of the day. I don't know what it is exactly about that, but giving her that like undivided attention where I'm just reading to her, focusing all on her for the first like 20 minutes or so of the day while we're eating and reading, I swear it makes such a difference in how the day goes. We go about our day, whatever else we have on the agenda, whether it's like running errands, a play date, just staying at home, whatever. Then sometime around 1 p.m. or so, it's not like always the exact same time, but I do try to keep it consistent like every day. I let her have TV time. Because I know that this TV time is coming, I keep the TV off like all the rest of the day, there's no TV for the most part, like any other time of the day, because that's the designated TV time. So I'll let her watch TV. I'll set a timer for about an hour. I feel like a lot of my generation of parents, like Gen Z parents, really have demonized TV. I think that like, you know, TV and iPads have been really overused by like millennial parents especially. However, I like to think of it as a tool. So we have PureFlix, which I 1000% recommend if you have kids. The adult shows on there, I haven't really watched any. They all seem really corny, but the kid shows are like amazing. There's a lot of really great options. Like I said, I like to use TV time for her as a tool to teach her something. And I love that there's so many different show options on PureFlix that are like, they teach her positive things, whether it's life lessons, good values, just things I want to have installed in her. So I use TV very intentionally. It's not like turning on Coco Melon or Paw Patrol, for example. No shade on those shows. Yes, my daughter does watch those sometimes, so like no judgment if your kids watch those. My kid watches them sometimes too. But if you've ever noticed, those shows are definitely like crack to your kid. The way that they're created is so that their eyes, like I don't know, I don't understand it, but they're basically like crack to them. They can't take their eyes away from them. They keep them like glued into them. I like that on PureFlix, pretty much all the shows are like that slower paced. A lot of them are that older animation style. I just feel like they're better for the brain. So that's take it or leave it. That's just what works for me. I'm not obviously an expert in this area, just trying to figure out what I'm doing myself. That's just what's working for me right now. So she has that TV time for about an hour or so in the middle of the day, every day, and I take full advantage of that time. That is my time. As soon as that TV time starts, I am in my little office room and I am getting to work. Generally, before that work time even starts, I'm gonna know like what projects or tasks for work to be working on that day. 1 p.m. or so, I'm gonna hit the ground running and have that TV time / work time block, and then as soon as it's over, I'm done. Yes, it's only an hour, but it's better than nothing, and it allows me to work towards my goals at least a little bit every day, and it really forces me to prioritize like what is the most important thing to do for my business? What is the most important thing that's going to move the needle forward? And that's what I do. And then as soon as the TV time's over, as soon as that hour or so-ish is up, I'm done. I'm shutting my laptop down. Quite often, actually, I will just be leaving my phone in that office room with the door shut, and then I'll go back and check, you know, every now and then to make sure I'm getting back to people, but I'm not gonna be carrying my phone around with me all day long. I've just become really, really good at scheduling everything. I generally don't just take calls from clients in the middle of the blue. Like if a client needs to call me, like say they want to negotiate a repair addendum or just talk about anything, I'm gonna have it scheduled. I schedule pretty much all my calls. If you would have told me that like 5+ years ago in my business, that that's how I ran it, I would have been like, girl, you're crazy. Your clients are gonna fire you. They're not gonna wanna work with you. Mainly because the type of clients I used to work with, for sell by owners, they were super disrespectful of my time, and they were the kind of clients that if I didn't pick up like right then and there, even if it was like 7 in the morning, 10 o'clock at night, if I didn't pick up right away, like they would be pissed at me, and I had that happen so often. But the type of clients I work with now, like nobody has cared that I want to schedule the call for like an hour or two later. Like literally no one has cared. If you are watching this video and you're a mom and you're running your business, leave a comment below. What works for you? What are your best like mom, real estate agent, or business running in general tips? Let us know in the comments. As always, I love chatting with you guys in the comment section. And now let's finally get on with the rest of our day. First off, I have some issues that I need to handle with my problems I just need to troubleshoot with my Amazon FBA e-commerce business that I started a few months back. By the way, I do have 2 products that are on sale right now for my Amazon FBA e-commerce business. If you have little ones in your life, guarantee they're gonna love these. Feel free to check them out. They're on sale. I'll put a link in the comment section. If you do want to support my Amazon business and you end up buying one or both of these products, please be sure to give me a 5-star review. Amazon is a search engine, and the more reviews, the better. That's basically how you're able to eventually like rank in search with Amazon. So yeah, that's something I knew nothing about the e-commerce industry when I started this business, and it's something I'm it's still a work in progress for sure. We're definitely still in like the very beginning phases of this, but it's been really fun to get to learn about. What else is on today's agenda? Next, I am going to be writing a thank you email to a lady who I spoke to. She is a potential client that I'm going to be working with coming up here soon. She was actually sent to me by one of you guys, a agent to agent referral. Thank you guys so much for your referral. Seriously, I am always so grateful. Then I'm going to go upstairs and change my outfit real quick and get in my car and get over to a beautiful community over on the other side of town that my clients just bought a house in. They have never been to this house. I'm so excited. They're gonna see it for the first time right now. These were cash buyers from Hawaii because that's the type of clients that you get from YouTube marketing, which is amazing. And they have never been to their house yet. We closed last week and they haven't seen it in person yet. So I'm super excited for them. I'm gonna bring them some balloons, some flowers, and a thank you gift card. And then after that, we are going to head over to a new construction community in a town that is just about 15 minutes or so from the town I'm in. Okay, I have my tea. Honestly, the very best part about being a real estate agent, okay, one of the best parts, there's a lot of best parts, is getting to see your client's face when they see the house for the first time. I just left meeting my buyer at the property that they just purchased. They closed on it last week, saw it for the very first time today, which is actually very common for most of my clients because my clients are generally going to be out-of-state buyers and they usually do everything like virtually. So they've seen like a video of it, but they've never seen the property in person until now after closing. And getting to see their reaction, their eyes light up, how just genuinely so excited they are about it. It is the most heartwarming thing and it's such a fun thing to get to experience. My plan was to go check out a new construction neighborhood after this that I have had on my schedule or like tentative to-do list for a while to go check out. The day has kind of escaped me a little bit and I think I might just head home to do some busy work and push that viewing tour of this new construction community to my next work day. Just got home, immediately changed into my comfiest clothes, and now I'm heating up some leftover roast meat from last night's dinner that I made, and then I'm also gonna add this. I'm super excited. I think it's gonna be a really good pair. It's a spicy kimchi. I think it's gonna taste really good on top of the meat. And now I'm just gonna sit down and finish out the rest of my busy work for the day really quick and be done. Like that's it. That's all I'm doing for work for the day. That is just a little glimpse of what a day in the life of a real estate agent could look like. If you watched this video all the way through, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe because I come on here every week with new videos. Also, head over to my channel. I have a handful of playlists you might grab value from, and I'll see you guys next week.